Alright guys, we are back and better than ever with a new course review. Today we're going to be playing Angeles National. This is the only Jack Nicklaus design course in the LA County. A tough but fair track, so let's get into it. Alright, teeing off on the par 4 first. Kind of a short hole here, hit a good drive, carries the bunker, have just a little wedge in, but chunk it. So we're going to come up short of the green, chip it up. Unfortunately, these greens are pretty hard and fast, so didn't realize they were going to run out on me a lot, and we're going to have to settle with a bogey on the first. Alright, par 5 second. It's a really good hole, dog leg to the right. Fortunately, I pull it in left into those trees, into that hazard area, so I got to take a drop and then punch out. Then hit a 7-iron. Good onto the green, but long putt for par. I'm going to start off with bogey. Alright, I really like this par 3 third here. Kind of tucked back in the corner by itself. Big ridge in the middle of the green, or kind of on the back of the green. Honestly, just chose the wrong club. Hit a good shot. Comes up short of the bunker. And now we're going to start with 3 bogeys in a row. Alright, par 4 fourth hole here. Another short par 4. Get another good drive. Honestly, a lot of these drives you'll see are kind of near these drainage areas. So if you could kind of hit them, they're nice and hard, and there's a few places that kind of funnel into those drainage areas. So you'll see a couple of my drives here. This one literally hits the flag stick, probably going too fast anyways, but we'll knock it in for par. Heading over to the par 4 fifth. Going back the other way. Love this par 5, another short, or sorry, par 4, another short par 4. Another good drive on the front of the green right here, trying to get a birdie look, but we'll tap in for par again. Moving over to the 6th hole. Hit 3-wood, trying to keep it in play here. Just lucky enough to carry that bunker again. Got lucky. You could kind of see that drainage area. After it carries that bunker, got a big hop forward. So hit a 6-iron, I believe, up to this point. Lag putted just off of the camera here, but able to knock it in for par. So getting on the par train after starting off with 3 bogeys here. Nice par 3 7th right in the middle of the course here. Hit a great tee shot to set up a birdie look. Just can't get any to drop. Alright, we've got another par 5 8th. It's one of my favorite holes on the course. It's got a lake, as you can see. Once you get out about 320 or so, you could go for it in 2, go for it here with the 4-iron. Unfortunately, pull it left, pitch it up to a decent spot here. Another decent look. Just sliding them all by. Alright, we got the par 4 9th here. Honestly, one of the toughest holes on the course. It's got a big fairway, but long par 4, tough second shot. You can see I pull it way left, almost out of bounds into the cart path, but just catches on here. Able to chip it under the trees, leave myself at least a par look. Just burning edges left and right here. Alright, we head over to the par 4 10th. Head over to the back 9. You can see the beautiful lake and the sign in the back. Alright, we got a pitching wedge after a good drive here. Again, coming up short though, chunking some of these wedges here. Hit a decent chip, just rolling off a little bit too much. Here's for the par attempt and finally get one to drop. So let's see if we could go on a run here. Short, drivable par 4 on the 11th here. Unfortunately, go right into the wood chips. Hit as best of a shot as I could. I just can't hold the green really from the wood chips over there. So rolling off the back. Hit a good chip here and leave myself a nice par look. Just sneaks in this time. Alright, now we got the par 3 12th. Another great par 3 here. Love this hole, one of my favorite holes. Just a pitching wedge and able to get a birdie. First of the day. But that hole is really cool. The green is super long. It could be, 3, 4 club difference between a, pin in the front and pin in the back. All right, short par 5 here. Had a great drive. Literally going with this with just an 8-iron. Come up short on the green, or on the green, but long way away from the pin. And don't put the greatest lag putt on it, so have to make this for back-to-back birdies and get it done. All right, tough par 3 here. 14th all the way in the back of the course again, kind of sits on its own. Pull it right into the bunker. Hit a decent bunker shot, just kind of keeps rolling. Didn't realize it wasn't going to kind of break anywhere there, so gonna have to settle with the bogey on that after the back-to-back birdies. But we head over, we got a few holes left here, see if we can hang on and break 80. Again, one of those drainage areas you can see. Kind of got lucky with my drive, kind of funnels into some of these areas, so perfect spot. Hit a pitching wedge to here. Sliding past the birdie, but we'll take in the tap in par. Short par 5 here, trying to make a move. Hit a good drive. Long way away, but gonna go for this in 2. Just top it straight into these cactus right here. Have to pitch out. So now we're going for the green in 4. Hit a decent wedge shot onto the green. Give ourselves a par save here. A little too aggressive though. Let's see if we can say bogey, but we do. All right, hit a hybrid this time. Short par 4. It's a really cool par 4 though. Huge dog leg to the right. You can't really see the green. It's got one of those, extended flag sticks. So just lay up with a hybrid. Put an 8-iron here. Get a little too aggressive with this lag putt up the ridge. Got this for the par save. Gonna be the only 3 putt of the day. Brutal. All right, we head over to the last hole, par 4, 18th. Great hole. We got to hit over 2 lakes right there on the tee shot, and then again over the green. Had a side hill lie here, so kind of just naturally played with the draw here. Setting up a long birdie look on the last. See the nice sign, the fountain in the back. This really is a nice picturesque, finishing hole. You also got the big clubhouse that looks on beyond that as I tap in for par to finish up the day. But this is a solid course. Was able to play pretty good today and break 80, but honestly this course has bit me in the past. It's really tough. It's a really hit or miss course. You could go low, but you can also go high. My favorite 3-hole stretch is the 11th, 12th, 13th. We're going to call it zigzag since the 11th kind of comes here. Par 3 comes back this way, and then the par 5 kind of goes the same way as the par 4. Again, it's a 4, 3, 5. These are really risk-reward holes, so this kind of makes or breaks you around. My favorite individual hole is the 3rd hole, the par 3. Like I said, it kind of sits on its own there, tucked in the back corner. It almost feels like 16 at Augusta with that huge ridge. So if you just put it on that ridge, a lot of times it'll funnel back depending on where the pin is. So solid par 3. As for an overall grade, I'm going to give it an A-. I do really love this course. The only problem is it is very expensive. Weekend rounds can be over 200. The vibes are just kind of weird. Like there's this huge clubhouse and it's never full. So a few things that could make this a really awesome course, but the design itself, the course itself is awesome. So I would go at least play it one time. All right, that is another course done, and I will be back with another review soon. Later.